Kim Kardashian and Beyoncé are reportedly having tense, private conversations in the aftermath of Kanye West's most recent online tirade, a situation that has left the celebrity world buzzing and fans in disbelief. According to multiple sources, Kanye, now legally known as Ye, sparked outrage after posting shocking comments about Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and even their young children. Although the posts were deleted, they went viral almost immediately, and the fallout has only grown more intense with every passing day. Reports claim Beyoncé hasn't directly responded publicly, but behind the scenes, she has been in contact with Kim Kardashian, her longtime acquaintance and Kanye's ex-wife, to deal with the situation. The very fact that the two women, who have had a complicated relationship themselves, are now finding common ground over this disturbing drama shows just how serious things have gotten. Beyoncé, of course, shares 3 children with Jay-Z: Blue Ivy, Rumi, and Sir. The family has always tried to maintain privacy when it comes to their children, something Beyoncé has been very protective of for years. Kanye, however, disrupted that privacy by questioning why Beyoncé doesn't share as many images of her twins as she does of Blue Ivy, before launching into what many fans and industry insiders considered highly inappropriate and deeply offensive remarks. Kanye's comments quickly spiraled, crossing a line that many feel should never be crossed: talking about children. That's a universal red line in celebrity feuds. No matter how bitter things get between adults, the kids are supposed to be off limits. Kanye seemed to ignore that unwritten rule, and the backlash has been brutal. According to reports, Kanye only deleted the posts, not because of any remorse, but because he was afraid that his social media account would get suspended or permanently banned. He even admitted as much in a follow-up message, saying someone from his music team pressured him into removing them because platforms like X, formerly Twitter, might shut him down. That revelation didn't exactly help him. If anything, it made things worse, since it suggested he stood by his words but didn't want to deal with the consequences. This made the comments appear not like a heat-of-the-moment slip, but as part of a calculated, reckless rant. Kim Kardashian, who has spent years navigating her co-parenting arrangement with Kanye, reportedly feels absolutely horrified by the entire ordeal. Sources close to her told outlets that Kim feels terrible and even ashamed over what Kanye has said. She has been trying to distance herself from his controversies for years, but this one hit differently, especially because it directly involves children outside of their own family circle. She has allegedly been reaching out to Beyoncé and trying to reassure her that she has nothing to do with Kanye's statements, while also showing empathy as a fellow mother who understands how painful such words can be. Insiders revealed Kim feels Kanye crossed a line and that she has given up on trying to be reasonable with him in situations like this. For Kim, the final straw seems to have been not just the attack on Beyoncé's family, but the fact that Kanye keeps dragging children into his battles. The situation escalated further when Kanye turned his attention to Jay-Z. In yet another online rant, he claimed that Jay-Z was plotting to kill him, even going so far as to write dramatic posts about how he believed it was Jay-Z's responsibility to end him. He insisted he didn't want anyone else to get the credit for it, even bringing up other rappers and bizarrely dragging Drake's circle into the mess. This kind of extreme paranoia and over-the-top messaging alarmed fans and critics alike, leaving many wondering whether Kanye is in the middle of another public breakdown or deliberately stirring chaos to stay in the headlines. In another set of posts, Kanye expressed anger at Jay-Z for past slights, including not attending his wedding to Kim Kardashian years ago and for choosing Kendrick Lamar over him for a Super Bowl performance slot. He also accused Jay-Z and Beyoncé of failing to support him during his custody struggles with Kim, implying they could have helped him gain more influence with his children, but chose to stay silent instead. These comments painted a picture of deep resentment and long-held grudges that Kanye appears to be airing publicly with no filter. Once again, his grievances spilled into territory that seemed far too personal and unnecessary to share with the entire world. The backlash hasn't just come from the public. Beyoncé's family members have been quick to defend her and the children. Tina Knowles, Beyoncé's mother, responded with a subtle but clear clapback on social media. She shared a lighthearted video in which she told a corny joke about a snowman having a meltdown, a thinly veiled jab at Kanye's behavior. While she kept her response classy and humorous, the message behind it was clear. She wasn't going to let anyone disrespect her grandchildren without saying something. Her former husband and Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, was more direct in criticizing Kanye, calling out people in the music industry who pay a price for being stupid, a comment widely interpreted as aimed at Kanye's antics. These family reactions highlight just how deeply hurtful Kanye's posts were, not only to Beyoncé and Jay-Z, but to their extended family as well. Meanwhile, Beyoncé and Jay-Z celebrated their 17th wedding anniversary this year. Tina Knowles marked the occasion with a heartfelt Instagram post praising their love, commitment, and ability to rise above negativity. She wrote about how true love can withstand all outside noise, a message that many fans interpreted as a subtle nod to the current controversy. While Beyoncé herself has chosen not to publicly address Kanye's comments, her family's supportive posts and her mother's emphasis on love and resilience spoke volumes. For Kim Kardashian, however, this situation has created yet another rift with Kanye. Not only did he insult Beyoncé's children, but he also reignited conflict with Kim herself by involving their daughter North in a new song that also referenced disgraced music mogul Sean "Diddy" Combs. Kim reportedly tried to block the release of the track, arguing that it violated their co-parenting agreement and exploited their child for publicity. Kanye, in turn, lashed out at Kim in private texts, which he later shared online, accusing her of trademarking their daughter's name against his wishes. Kim fired back by pointing out that he had agreed to it at the time and that North would gain control over the trademark when she turned 18. These heated exchanges underline how fractured their relationship has become, with Kim increasingly feeling that she has to protect her children from their father's impulsive decisions. Kim has spoken in the past about how difficult it is to co-parent with Kanye, especially when his behavior is unpredictable. On a podcast late last year, she admitted that she often feels like she's raising their 4 kids, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm, on her own, despite having support systems around her. She's also opened up about how sensitive she tries to be when discussing the divorce with her children, emphasizing that her main priority is ensuring they feel loved and secure. That makes Kanye's latest outbursts even more painful for her because they threaten to destabilize the careful balance she's been trying to maintain. From my perspective, what makes this situation especially disturbing is the fact that Kanye targeted children in his rant. Regardless of how you feel about him as an artist or public figure, involving kids in adult feuds is crossing an ethical boundary. Children deserve privacy, protection, and respect, especially when they're the children of celebrities who already have to navigate growing up in the public eye. Kanye has always been outspoken and provocative, but there's a difference between criticizing fellow artists or airing industry grievances and attacking innocent children. It's disappointing to see someone with his level of influence and talent use his platform in this way. Another angle worth discussing is the impact this has on Kim Kardashian. She has been through years of very public turmoil with Kanye, often having to pick up the pieces after his controversies while trying to protect her own children from the fallout. It's one thing for Kim to deal with his unpredictable behavior in private, but it's another when his actions drag other powerful families into the mess, families who might not be so forgiving. For Kim, maintaining some form of respect with Beyoncé and Jay-Z likely matters a lot, especially given their cultural standing and shared experiences as parents in the spotlight. It makes sense that Kim would want to reach out to Beyoncé privately to show solidarity and apologize for her ex-husband's actions, even if she had no control over them. What this saga also highlights is the tragic arc of Kanye's public persona over the years. Once celebrated as a musical genius and cultural visionary, he has increasingly become known for his erratic behavior, polarizing statements, and alienation from peers. His relationships with other artists, once strong and collaborative, have deteriorated into public feuds and personal attacks. While some fans continue to defend him as misunderstood or battling inner demons, others feel his repeated offenses have crossed too many lines to ignore. At a certain point, the question becomes whether Kanye is beyond redemption in the eyes of the industry and the public, especially when children are being dragged into the drama. In the end, Beyoncé and Jay-Z appear to be handling the situation with their trademark grace, staying above the noise, focusing on family milestones like their anniversary, and letting their loved ones speak on their behalf. Kim Kardashian, meanwhile, seems to be at her breaking point, recognizing that she can no longer reason with Kanye and must prioritize her children's well-being above all else. And Kanye himself? He seems to be spiraling deeper into isolation, using social media to vent anger, suspicion, and resentment in ways that only push more people away. My personal opinion is that this entire episode serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked online behavior and the consequences of blurring the lines between personal struggles and public rants. Social media has given celebrities direct access to millions of followers,